This is question number 17 from the 2016 New York State exam. It's asking for us to find the area of the triangle that they have there written for us. When we're doing geometry questions, the very first thing we need to do is write a formula. Because they said we had to find the area of a triangle, we need to find the area of a triangle. The formulas are given at the beginning of the New York State exam. They do give us the area of a triangle on page 2 of the packet that you have. The area of a triangle is half times base times height. Once we write our formulas, this becomes a substitution question where whatever values we know, we plug in and then we solve it algebraically. They're telling you in this question that the area of the triangle is 3/7 of a square foot. The foot is already squared. That also backs up the fact that it's the answer to an area question. So the area we know already. So we're going to go where the area of a triangle is, and we're going to substitute that with 3/7. I'm going to recopy the half. We know the base in the picture is 3/5 of a foot. So we're going to replace that. Okay, and the height, which is going upwards, we don't have a measurement there. So that is what we're going to have to figure out. So we're leaving that as the variable h. We can solve this question by multiplying across both numerators and both denominators. This becomes 3/10. 3/10 times h is 3/10 h. We're recopying everything on the other side of the equal sign. And now this is just a basic question where it says 3/10 times h equals 3/7. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. It doesn't matter if we're dealing with whole numbers, fractions, or decimals. The rule is always the same. You need the variable by itself. So whatever number is attached to your variable, in this case the h, you have to divide both sides of your equation by that number, even if it's a fraction or a decimal. So it's for fractions, decimals, whole numbers. A number is still a number. There's different types of numbers, is what we're saying. So now this really means divided by 3/10, divided by 3/10. Like we said in an earlier question, any number divided by itself is always 1. Now, this means 3/7 divided by 3/10. That'll equal the height. We have to do keep, change, flip. Flip is also called the word reciprocal. It's a fancier way of saying it. So we keep the 3/7. We multiply. We're going to flip the second fraction, and then we're going to solve it. We can simplify inside of our question 4 different ways. It has to be one top number, one bottom number, that combination. So first we're going to check vertically, then the 2 vertical ways, and then the 2 diagonal ways after that. 3 and 7. You cannot simplify because they don't have any other common factors except for 1. 10 and 3 we can't simplify. Now we're going to go diagonally. 3 and 3. I can simplify that because I could divide both numbers by the number 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now the last way I can check if I could simplify is the other diagonal way. 7 and 10. There's no common factor except for the number 1, and we're not going to divide by 1 because I guess it's the same answer. So now I'm going to rewrite it. It's going to be 1/7 times 10/1. This becomes 10/7, which is an improper fraction. Okay, our final answer has to be either a proper fraction or a mixed number. So we're gonna do 10 divided by 7, because that's what that means. This means 10 divided by 7. So 10 divided by 7. 7 goes into 10 one whole time. 1 times 7 is 7. 10 take away 7 is 3, which is your remainder. You bring up the remainder and make it the numerator. And this number outside, that is your denominator. Okay, so it's really going to be 1 3/7 feet in this case. Okay, once again, you do not square the feet because this is the height. The height is always measured in feet with a tape measure. The base would be measured with a tape measure once again, so it's just feet. Only the area answer is allowed to be squared. So please don't confuse the notion of having to square things. Only the answer, the area answer, has to be squared. The base and the height are just regular measurements of feet. So this is my final answer for this question.